Born March 31st, 1986, to Michael Benton Aycock and Cheryl Faye Aycock. Not too much is known about Jared's childhood aside from information he himself has publicly divulged. One former classmate who spoke to me on the condition of anonymity stated that he seemed like a, quote, fairly normal and decent kid. Jared has described his younger self as lonely and antisocial while also saying his time in grade school was traumatizing and miserable. He claims he was placed into special ed classes and insisted that he didn't belong there, stating that the other kids in the class were, quote, retards.
Being put in a classroom with retards. No lie. 10th through 12th grade, I sat in a classroom with fucking retarded kids. It was so infuriating that they would do that shit, That obviously they knew I wasn't fucking retarded. I mean, they should have seen that.
According to Jared, he would sit and eat lunch by himself most days in school. He also claimed to have attended Catholic school at Kickapoo Ranch in Texas. He later stated that he didn't like it at all and cited boredom and drunk Catholics being reasons why. He also claims that he played the drums in a church band for a period of about 2 years. Jared demonstrated an interest in martial arts at a young age and attended karate classes at the age of 8. Jared alleges that as a child he was held down and molested by kids in his neighborhood while playing with them on their trampoline, citing this as a formative traumatic incident. He has also talked several times about owning pets, which included a prairie dog, a scorpion, and 2 iguanas, with the prairie dogs and scorpion both giving him infectious diseases, the latter of which he described as the literal Black Plague, although who knows if it was actually the plague. He ended up going to the hospital for treatment in both instances. Jared has also spoken on many occasions about harassing girls in school who would inevitably reject him. He spoke on one occasion about joining a environmentalism club in school just so he could hit on a girl. He then immediately left the club when she turned him down. Despite apparently taking a variety of medications as a child and teenager, Jared claimed at one point to have stopped taking them immediately after turning 18. He has claimed that he suffers from depression, OCD, and anxiety, as well as multiple other conditions that seem to be made up as far as I can tell. He has also claimed that his father, Mike, is autistic, although the credibility of this has been called into question. After completing high school, Jared attended college briefly before dropping out. He would go on to work at a Jack in the Box for a period of several months, but quit because, according to him, there were too many Mexicans working there.
I want to discuss how illegal immigration has affected my life. When I was in my early 20s, I got a job at Jack in the Box. It sucked. It sucked because half the people I were working with were fucking Mexicans, and they would all speak Mexican to each other, and I couldn't understand what they were trying to tell me half the time, and it made my job twice as difficult. It's all Mexicans. Like, it's all fucking Mexicans. Most other places won't hire them. It gets really sickening when you see that because you no longer feel like you're in your own country, When I was at Jack in the Box, I will admit, I think I may have developed an unhealthy prejudice, dare I say, towards Mexicans, and I'm not a racist, but it sucked, dude. It really sucked, and it affected my life. It really did, and I ended up quitting because of that shit.
He also worked at the Kingwood Garden Center for an unknown period of time around 2007, as indicated in an article by Harry Williamson of the Houston Chronicle. Jared has also mentioned working at Pizza Hut, but the details on this are scarce. It seems that during this post-high school period, Jared managed to maintain some friendships, but at the time described them as falling apart due to arguments or personal differences. By 2013, Jared had turned 27, lost all contact with any friends, spending all day playing video games, browsing the internet, and watching copious amounts of porn. He claimed at this time to only have 3 friends on Facebook, which, who cares about Facebook, but come on. Starved of human contact and desperate for socialization, this is where we get our first glimpse into who Jared really is. Shortly before Jared started posting videos to YouTube, in early 2013, he relentlessly harassed a local girl, name withheld, through the Plenty of Fish dating app, and across other platforms as well. Screenshots survive to this day, and they show how unhinged and creepy Jared is. The victim's brother came forward at the time to talk about how he had to confront Jared in an attempt to stop the harassment. This disturbing event coincided with Jared making his first YouTube channel, as we can see the dates in the screenshots.